Netflix's Delhi Crime is a tenacious, disquieting true crime drama. True crime dramas are frequently engaging but don't necessarily make for the easiest viewing experience. Shock, grief, all of these feelings are escalated in Netflix's Delhi Crime. The 7-episode, see also. With Delhi Crime, it's the shock at the heinousness of the crime that comes first. The starting point, though I already knew most of the gory details, hearing them again hit me right in the gut. Until now, thankfully, Delhi Crime is not exploitive of its depiction of this violence. The show does not. Instead, the series primarily focuses the next 6 days, during which a small team of police officers went on a nationwide manhunt and eventually nabbed all 6 culprits. The show's protagonist is Vartika Chaturvedi Shefali Shah, a somber deputy commissioner who is naturally shaken by this brutality. She gathers a trust. Shah maneuvers the complexities of her character like a pro. Vartika is her inner turmoil keeps the momentum going and keeps you invested, despite the slightly too long 50-minute run time of each episode. See also. Delhi Crime tackles the investigation in a pretty straightforward manner. There are no sudden The starkly middle-class portrayal of Indian police officers differs from the crime shows we usually get in the US. Delhi Crime nods at this in its penultimate episode when some overworked, tired local cops talk about how they lack unions, weekends off, and maybe even the correct training to carry out their tasks as efficiently as, say, the NYPD. The show is structured through the lens of the cops, the mounting pressure on them and their internal struggles to quell their own rage. It's a narrative. Delhi Crime is not here to give you a happy ending. You can't expect. The series is not without its faults. This is a case that I wish it had. It would have given There is also way too much focus on Vartika's teenage daughter Chandni and her feelings about this case. I understand in the end, Delhi Crime is a moody, well-acted serialized crime drama that sets out to explore a known story in more detail. It's not here to After the cops arrest the men responsible, they step out for ice cream. Neeti is remorse. This heartbreaking real-life crime became a catalyst for social change in India, to a certain degree. Now it's getting old. Delhi Crime Season 1 is now streaming on Netflix. A second season.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.